It's the Tell Me Something Good podcast.
Because we believe that there is still good in the world.
Hi, I'm Lori Gray.
And I'm Rob Joe. We talk about the good things happening at Christ United Methodist Church here in Greensboro, North Carolina.
And we have a little fun, too.
We're so glad you're here.
Rojo, you ready?
Yeah, let's get this show on the road.
Or podcast.
Yes, let's get this podcast on the road.
Hey, Rojo.
Good morning, Lori. How are you?
I'm great. I'm having so much fun. It's been a very busy morning here at the church.
You're telling me.
I'm
We've
out
all
of
been
breath.
running around like little worker bees. Buzzing around like
I've
little
had
worker
wardrobe
bees.
changes and everything.
Truly.
It's a lot.
Yes.
And my hair is looking rough now because
It was so fun, though.
it was so fun. And we're not going to tell them. They'll just have to figure out what we're talking about.
You'll have to join us on social media for a fun little presentation.
A little teaser. Could
Yes.
it be in worship, maybe? Can it run in this pre-worship slides, maybe?
Yeah, probably.
That could be fun. It would grab somebody's
If
attention.
not, we might see if they would put it at the end of worship, like we do with a lot of our
that
teaser
would be
videos
fun. Yeah.
that we run. So
Yeah, super fun.
cool.
So, in our true form, tell me something good from. You want me to go first?
Sure, go first. Go for it.
Okay, so we had our church council meeting yesterday.
Okay.
Which, there was good stuff in there.
Yeah.
But what was more exciting was I came out of the church council meeting, and even in between worship services yesterday, there were so many people coming together, like just church members getting these flood buckets ready.
Okay.
And
Nice.
the truck pulled out this morning.
Yeah.
I pulled in, the truck was sitting there, I parked.
No doubt.
I came in the building and it was gone, and I was like, where'd the truck go?
That's very funny.
And they
yeah.
are on their way to deliver it to a church in Western North Carolina.
That's amazing.
But it was just, I will say this because we all have people up in
Sure.
that part of the state,
Sure.
and loved ones, friends, and the outpouring of support and
Yeah.
love and care has meant so much.
Yeah.
To me, to the people that I know in Western North Carolina, it's been incredible. And our church has been, they have definitely been a huge part of the help that's going on. So that's been my something good for the week.
Yeah.
And really, we came out of church council, and there was a whole nother team of people that arrived to finish assembling the buckets. So it was fantastic. And then we had the Red Cross blood drive, which it was already scheduled, but going along with the relief stuff, which we talked about that last week. But it's just been amazing. This is the kind of thing that just brings people together and what we really need, and positive and hopeful and all that stuff.
I agree. Well, I know that we talked about it last week when we were here on the pod together, but my something good would be so in my job here at the church, I think I have one of the best jobs. I have one of the most fun jobs because
I will fight you on that.
No. I think I think that's a legitimate argument. But part of my job is photo, video, and social media. So my point is that I love getting to film clips and little like we said, teasers. So last week, my something good would be that I got to work with the pastoral team, like I mentioned, doing the Hurricane Helene. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. I know.
Sorry, this morning someone said Helena, and I'm like, that doesn't sound right. Okay, the Hurricane Helene video that we posted on social media, and not that it matters necessarily, but it was very cool that the district superintendent and her staff and other members of the bishop's cabinet have seen this and have sent us compliments and just kind words. And it's on our social media channel, so of course everybody can see it. But just to know that we we're able to make this meaningful video that's not only meaningful, but it's helpful to our congregation and those in our community.
Yeah, it is a true testament. Just to you, to our whole team, to the congregation here, of their commitment to being out there in the community and helping.
Sure.
And being generous. So, we talk about generosity quite a bit, and there's the generosity where, we have to keep the lights on, and we have to buy this materials for classes and our Christ kids, and that's just that's like the first mile giving.
Sure.
But where this church really steps up is that second mile giving. Like they support the church, but then they turn around and just knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
Helping our neighbors that need it. And it's incredible. I mean, between our community partners that we work with, and then when something like this happens, when we have this, this terrible flooding and stuff in our state. I mean, we support, UMCOR, which is, that helps all over the country. And
sure.
But here, I mean, they just really, this is where they really step up. And it's really where this is what the church is.
Yeah.
This is what people forget sometimes, like that are non-churched people.
Sure.
That this is what the church is, or what it should be. If it's not, like, this is what a church should be. Like, we are watching out and loving our neighbors.
One of my friends said it best. Well, one of my favorite phrases for this kind of a conversation is to say, like, we are love with shoes. Like,
yeah,
like we are love embodied. We are love on the move.
Love on the move.
I think that it's just really, like, and we get to see it. We're so lucky, you and I, and the rest of the staff. We get to see it day in and day out. Some of our people, they're with us on Wednesdays, they're with us on Sundays, maybe throughout the week, which is great. But, like, we have the privilege of seeing all of these members and guests being loved with shoes on all week long.
And they all, I mean, it's the ones that are here they're here and they're getting their hands dirty. Like they were, and they got to see it yesterday. I mean, anybody that was in our building yesterday, there was a lot of movement, and you could see all the donations that came in. I had a couple of people walk up to me and just hand me checks that were made out to UMCOR.
Wow.
Which that is the United Methodist Committee on Relief, if you're wondering what that means.
Yeah.
But
lots of acronyms in the Methodist Church.
So people are just, I mean, they're very intentional and they want to help, and they anyway, love with shoes. I love that.
I do too.
It's a good one, Rojo.
So, just for a half a second, I'll go first so that you don't have to think about yours on the spot. But think about what your personal "tell me something good" is, because we haven't done that in a couple of weeks, and I think it's always fun to share that. So, I'll just jump in and say that 2 weeks ago, my sister, my little sister, got married to a wonderful, wonderful human, and they got back from their honeymoon yesterday, and they went to the Grand Tetons. It looked beautiful. All the pictures were just like picture perfect. And so that wedding weekend rolled right into this past weekend. I wasn't here on Sunday, unfortunately.
I missed you very much.
And I missed being here. My alarm went off in the morning, so I was getting up at the same time anyways. And I'm like, oh, I don't have to be at church. Like what am I going to do with myself?
It's a different scenario.
It's so weird not being here on Sunday mornings. And my week is kind of thrown off, like just, because our weeks are always building up to a Sunday.
Right. Yeah.
And then Sunday happens, and we just get right back in. Back in line. But yesterday I had the privilege of helping with the organizational side of one of my very dear friends, her wedding. So it's like just lots of love, lots of big emotions, Lori.
Listen.
I have had lots of big emotions the past few weeks, and not anything bad, just a lot of feelings of happiness and just all the joy. But so we had, her family hosted this wedding in her parents' backyard. It was like a little garden wedding. It was so beautiful. So that's my little tell me something good.
Mine kind of goes along with that.
Sure.
Because I was here this past Sunday, but the Sunday before, I was at a wedding out in Colorado. So my neighbor's youngest daughter got married, and so this was they have 3 children. This is my 3rd wedding that I went to them. And her brother and sister-in-law officiated the wedding together.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And they kept it a secret they tried to keep, I didn't know until the rehearsal, and I was there like taking some pictures and helping out. And so they walked up to the front, and I
lost it.
I did. And I'm like, y'all didn't tell me.
Yes,
like,
yes.
Surprise. Yeah. But that was the tell me something good. But the other thing was, it was out in Colorado, and had never been to Colorado. And I'm going to tell you what, the North Carolina mountains are beautiful in their own way, just like people are. They're all beautiful in their own way. And but being out there just reinforced that God's such an artist and so good at beauty, and make sure you stop and just enjoy it. So I got to I went out to see family. I got to ride around with them. We went into the Rocky Mountain National Park, so
Yeah.
I wasn't having to drive because I drove from Fort Collins to Vail, so I was having to pay attention to the road, and I
Sure.
couldn't enjoy the views as much.
That's
but
important.
it is important to watch the roads, but getting to ride around and look at God's beauty. So
Yeah.
I was a couple of the pictures, and I was taking pictures, and in my head I was like, "Well done, God. Well
Yeah.
done." Yeah.
It's just so interesting to me, and I know this is not on topic for our main segment, but to be at a wedding, since we've both been at weddings
Yeah.
recently, it makes me so grateful and slightly emotional even to think about it. But it's like there are people that weren't there, whether they couldn't make it or they are
I
on
was
the other
sad
side
not
of
to be
heaven.
there.
Yes. You as well.
But-
So I'll say Lauren. Lori was invited to Lauren's wedding, but we totally understood and still celebrated alongside her in another way. But there are people on this side of heaven and beyond that were not there, and it was just so wonderful. Even though there were people that we were missing in all the ways, but just to be around so many people that you love all in one place,
It's incredible.
it makes the day. I mean, and this probably goes without saying, but it makes the day even more meaningful just to be around people that you love so much.
Yeah.
People that flew in from out of town. Okay, I can't talk about this anymore. I'm going to get emotional.
Do you need a tissue?
No, I don't need a tissue. Okay, so tell me something
Anyway.
good that's going on in the church, Lori. Woo!
Okay, we're going to change the subject
Got a little
before
too
Rob.
deep there.
He's going to have to use his sleeve in a minute. So something fun that's coming up. Great family event.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Grab your friends, grab your kids. I don't know, with your hairnets or your hats,
Okay.
and come and do Rise Against Hunger.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
like,
you're like,
hairnets.
what are
Please
you
explain.
getting? Where are we going with
Yes.
this? Yeah, so Rise Against Hunger is Sunday, and they still need those shifts to be filled, and so come and pack meals.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm even considering, so I'm a friend in faith this year for our confirmation class.
Oh, yeah.
And I have considered, which I need to just do, texting my friend in faith and asking, hey, let's jump in and do a shift together.
Yeah.
I already know him well enough, but I
Yeah.
would love to get some more time with him. And for me, I love the act of packing those meals. Like, it's very satisfying. Like, you do one level scoop of this, one level, like the whole thing is very thought out. So
It's love in...
it's love with shoes on.
Love with shoes on. Again, there it is.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a pretty big event here. I mean, a lot of people feel very passionately about it. And
Yeah.
so it's a...
As they should. It's a great event.
Yeah, and something else that's going on, October 26th, so the following weekend, the ALS walk is happening, and we have a Sunday school class that's kind of coordinating a team from
Yeah.
Christ Church to walk in that, because we have had church members who have been affected by this disease, and it is a
Sure.
terrible disease.
horrible.
It's awful, awful. So if you're interested in that, both of these events are on our website at christgreensboro.org/events. We would love for you to join our ALS team, support Rise Against Hunger. Again, that Rise Against Hunger, well, either of these events, it's a great way to do something for someone else with friends and group event. So anyway, yeah, great
So
stuff.
the Sunday after Rise Against Hunger, I know we've mentioned this to you, but I cannot pass up the opportunity to say it again. We have our fall festival and trunk or treat that next Sunday, the 27th, and that is from it's from 4 to 6. It's in the gym parking lot and in the gym, so you'll be on if you're looking at our church from Holden Road, you're going to be on the left-hand side of the building. I have been a part of a trunk or treat before this job, but it is like next level here at Christ Church.
We have a real good time.
Well, because there's the carnival involved. I mean,
know.
all I need is a hot dog, and I'll be set.
Yeah, well, the carnival is a huge amount of fun. And Garrett was telling, Pastor Garrett, who is our youth pastor, he's added some more games.
Okay.
And I don't want to,
Nice.
I'm not going to talk about it because,
Yeah.
but it's TikTok inspired,
Oh,
I will
gosh.
say. I saw it on TikTok, and then I was like, I don't know if I sent it. I think he got it from a couple of people, and
Sure.
he had already seen it. And was
Sure.
like, we're doing that because it
That's
looks
just
like
inspiration right there.
fun. Yeah, and so are you doing a trunk? Are you going to be part of a trunk?
Yeah, so my
Okay.
family and another family who are very good friends, we typically always do a trunk together. And so are we telling themes on this right now? Should I tell my theme?
I mean, you can. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I should, because I'm being part of somebody else's. Like, I'm not
Gotcha,
coordinating
gotcha.
the trunk this year because I got kind of
Sure.
well behind. But
Well, I'm not coordinating either. My sister is. She's
Oh,
really
good.
good at that. So there are 5 of us, like, quote, kids, and I'm the oldest, and there's one that's 10 years younger than me. So there's 5 of us that are within a 10-year age gap or span. And we 5 always do costumes in a trunk. But sometimes, if the parents are feeling excitable, they join in. Now, this year, I don't know if they are or not. But our theme this year is going to be Charlie Brown. It's gonna be so
I
fun.
love Charlie Brown.
And for the first time, okay, I'm not going to sing it, but
For the first time in forever. Wait, okay,
that
sorry.
song, I was going to sing it, but I did not want to hurt our listeners' ears. I get to be the main character. I am Charlie Brown.
Do 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 do. Yep, that's gonna be good.
Very nice. 2 songs in a row. So I'm really excited about that. And if you're interested in being involved beyond just attending the event, we can always use more trunks for that event. So you can visit our website, and there you will find a place to click for the Sign Up Genius.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be doing my trunk with the Gories.
Okay.
Because I texted them last night. I was like, are we doing a trunk? Are we not doing a trunk?
Yeah.
Because it didn't, like, it's been on my brain, but
Sure.
I just have not had time to, and they were like, actually, we're doing one if you want to come be with us. And so it's something Star Wars-ish.
Okay.
And I said, excuse me, you were going to do that without me? And they were like, well,
that
we
feels a
didn't
little
know.
sinful. Yeah.
So I'm going to have a little chat with
We're gonna
my
have to
friend
have them-
Andy. Because
yeah,
I was like,
just
you
hug it
can't
out.
do a Star Wars thing and not at least tell me.
Yeah.
But now I'm going to be part of it. So I'm very excited about it. I got to get my lightsabers. I got to get batteries in them. I got to get Grogu out and Darth Vader.
Start a checklist right now.
I know. I'm super excited. So I don't know. It's not. I mean, it is Star Wars, but I don't know exactly. Like, I don't know. They just said Star Wars something, and I'm like, okay,
Nice.
well. So, wow, we're super chatty today. I feel like Are we super chatty?
I think so. I
We
don't
don't
know.
get time to chat during the week
Chat.
anymore.
We just are nose to the ground, feet on the pavement, etc.
All right. So the other thing that I want to just mention, because we're halfway through the month, almost getting close. We're right at it. Is October is Pastor Appreciation Month,
Yes.
and so I am so grateful for our pastors, and each of they're all very different.
And I appreciate that very much.
I love it so much.
Yeah.
And they are so much fun, and they're at the same time so down to earth and so thoughtful when we need them to be,
Sure.
but also a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I'm just very grateful for them. So if you're listening and you're one of the congregation members here, or if you watch online, you might want to give a shout out to our pastors and just tell them thank you for all the good that they do.
Oh, for sure. And I think part of, part of what I appreciate about them, like you said, is that they're relatable, but they take their leadership responsibilities seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they are pastors, but they are not so far out of touch that I feel like I can't go to them.
Yeah, they're all very relatable, but all very different and very
Yeah.
funny.
So on our social media channels, you have probably already seen, but on October the 1st, we posted a kind of an overarching post that said, hey, this is Pastor Appreciation Month.
Yeah.
Join us in celebrating them. And then every Tuesday following, so, tomorrow, Tuesday, we will post our next pastor. And so each week you'll get a chance to leave a specific comment on a Facebook, Instagram post for
For
those.
specific pastor. Yeah.
And,
That's awesome.
They deserve appreciation for all they do.
Yeah, well, you do a great job on social media, like keeping everybody informed and
Try.
all your graphics and helping those that follow us on social media get to know our staff and congregation more.
Yeah. Well, and I think that, so just based on that statement, I think that part of what, like algorithm wise, or on the technical side of things, what do really well on our channel is when we post content that, well, A, is informational, but stuff that helps all of our people, guest members, etc., get to know us. Because I hope that they know we're fun and that we enjoy our jobs.
If you hadn't figured that out that we're fun yet, then I don't know what to tell you.
But I think that it's fun to, like, you know, get to know people in that way.
Yeah.
So posting like a silly photo because there's been many times, I think it was Amy Travis and maybe Amberly or Pastor Nikki, but one day they were like basically head to toe matching unintentionally.
It happens.
And so it was just very funny because I'm like, oh, this is like a fun post to put out. And we put it out there and we got more likes on that than we did some of our like very curated posts, which it is what it is. To your point, first of all, thank you. Second of all, I think it's fun for me to get to share what we get to do here because we all love our jobs, and I think that it helps to show that passion for ministry.
Yeah, we love our jobs. We love our church. We love our people in the church. We love each other. There's a whole lot of joy and love around here. That's the best.
It really is.
Okay, so we've given you a lot of information. We've talked about a lot of things. I'm sorry, we're kind of silly. Sometimes I feel like a walking Disney movie because I can just bust into song anytime. It depends on the day. But if you heard something and you're like, what were they talking about? You can go on our website, ChristGreensboro.org. Or if you heard something and you just, I don't know, you can shoot us an email.
Yeah. So if you do have questions and you want a direct response, you can email us at info@ChristGreensboro.org. And one of us wonderful humans here in the office will get back with you.
Yes, and that also goes if you want to send a little appreciation note to one of our pastors, you can use info@ChristGreensboro.org too. The other thing is if you are trying to figure out how to support our neighbors in Western North Carolina, we have a whole page dedicated to Helene.
With good information.
It's a lot of good information, ways to donate. Whether you want to donate money or stuff, and it is at ChristGreensboro.org/Helene.
Yeah.
Or you can go to ChristGreensboro.org and there's a button on that page. You can click it and get right to all the information.
And as you're probably aware, dear listener, we are a drop-off site for our conference. And so we're very grateful to have been, or to actively be a part of that, actually. And so we're just grateful that we get to kind of collect and meet those people out in the Portico area. Yeah,
it continues to just be devastating. Every time I scroll on social media or the news, I can't believe it. Yeah. I cannot believe what's happened in Western North Carolina. But they are getting help and they are going to rebuild, and there's hope, and there's lots of support from all different places. There's a lot of people on the ground there helping them from.
There's lots of love with shoes on in the mountains.
Lots of love with shoes on.
So yeah. Well, thank you for carving out a little bit of your week to spend time with us. It has certainly brought us joy, and hopefully it has brought you some joy too.
And come see us in person on Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. if you want to rock out with Joey and our praise band, or for our contemporary service, or come at 11 for our traditional service, and ask for Rob or myself and say, hey, and I heard you on the radio and y'all sounded like fun and we wanted to come and visit with you, hang out with y'all, and we would be so happy.
All right, y'all. Well, we cannot wait to see you on Sunday morning, and I guess we'll talk to you then.
All right. See you later.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.